Hey guys, hey my people, hey meet now, Margaret. I'm still learning Danish. Guys, but anyway, I'm still here challenging myself to learn, Danish. I'll be starting my classes next week on Tuesday. Yeah, come from Kenya. When you learn Danish, I feel like I'm still learning. Yeah, come from Kenya means like I come from Kenya, and you wanna say hi and say your name, you say hi, meet now, yeah, Margaret. So anyway guys, it's your girl Mungai Diaries, and this is where we travel, learn and discover. Guys, I just want to say that I've missed you guys. It's been a minute, I've been away from you guys, but sometimes we all have challenges in life, and we have to fix them behind the tent and move on with life. So anyway guys, I hope that you guys are still doing your applications, applying and looking for host families, guys, without giving up. So today guys, I just want to share with you guys the questions you're supposed to ask your host family during an interview. Okay, and if you've not joined the family, kindly consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you will always be notified. Guys, I've got my notebook with me here. We'll go step by step. I've listed some of the things down so that we can educate each other. Okay, so let's go. Number one, you should ask your host family how your schedule is going to be like. Okay, like let's say for example, your host can tell you, oh, you on this, maybe like on your off days they want you to be assisting them. Maybe you can switch your off day to maybe Monday or Tuesday, since maybe on Saturday or Sunday they want you to assist with the kids. Maybe they'll be traveling. You need to ask them how many hours you're supposed to work. But you should know that every country has their own hours that an au pair has to work. Okay, like here in Denmark, as an au pair is supposed to work only 5 hours. Are we together, guys? The other one, your duties and responsibilities as an au pair. You guys should understand that as an au pair there are things that you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to do heavy duties. Yours is just doing household duties. You're not supposed to go outside, clean the garage, wash the carpet, do the gardening, or those are not your duties. So you have to ask your host family all those. Okay, the other thing, you have to ask if they've had an au pair before. If they've had an au pair, you have to ask them to to introduce you to them so that you can hear from them how has it been working with them, being part of their family. At least give you some tips, and from there you can take it and say oh, they're a nice family, I want to be part of them, and maybe hear some complaints from the previous au pair. Just be open. Remember, if you don't speak out, no one is gonna speak out for you. Here you should ask if they there are au pairs around where your host family lives. That way it's always good, because let's say for example during your off days you will be it will be easy for you to make friends and be meeting people, other au pairs, because the au pair program without friends or without connecting with other au pairs, it becomes difficult for you. Okay, are we together up until that point? Yeah, the other one is will you be taking the kids to school? There are those host families who taking the kids to school by themselves and bringing them back after they are coming back from work. Like my case, my host family takes the kids to school in the morning when they are leaving to work, and afternoon they always come back with the kids. But the bigger ones, they always come by themselves, only the smaller ones. You should always ask that. Higher, let's say for example you got a host family and they requested you to be having a driving license. You'll be driving the kids to school, or like maybe taking them to the to the their school activities. You can even ask them during weekend, like your off days, will they be allowing you to use the car? Like you should be like open and speak out yourself. Okay. So the other thing is about their diet. Like you should ask them about their diet, at least for you to understand like what they eat. Because let's say, for example, here in Denmark, most of our peers, you have to cook for the families. Then you have to get this, like what they always eat. Like if maybe the dad, like the food they eat, you're not okay with them. Like at least you can have a conversation with them and tell them, I don't do this, I always do this, and then like you can come to an agreement, and at least they'll be buying you your own food. Are we together? We are together about that. Then you should ask about the kids, their personalities, and like how the kids will react if they have a new person, like a new elder sister in their house. How do they react? Do they cry? Is it easy for you to like connect with the kids? How long will it take like for you to connect with the kids? Like let's say, for example, you're also supposed to ask them like let's say, for example, like the kid has done something. How do you discipline them as an au pair? Like you're not supposed to hit them. Like what are the punishments that you're supposed to give them? Like let's say, for example, the kids like candies, or the kids like going out for outdoor activities. If they don't listen or do something that you're asking them, maybe you can even like have a conversation and ask those things with your host family. Then you should also ask your host family if you'll be spending time with them during your free time. Okay, let's say, for example, on your days off, the host requests like they are going for a trip or a mini vacation, and they request you to like join them. If you're comfortable, you can. Or let's say, for example, during your off days, they request you to join them and you don't feel comfortable, you can always speak out and tell them, no, I'll not be okay, I'll be okay. Like you have to talk out. Then it will be easy for you to like have a good experience as an au pair. We've said about like disciplining the children, okay, all that. Then like the other thing is like you should even ask them like general questions like are they going to allow you to like welcome your friends during your off days, like spend time with your friends, like for sleep over and everything. Since like as an au pair you have your own rights, like you're allowed to bring your friends in during your off day. You're allowed to go out to meet friends and go out for trips or sleepovers or everything. Now those host families don't allow the au pairs to bring like other au pairs in their place. You should have that discussion. And like also like let's say, for example, during your off day, is it okay for you like when you come back home, there are those hosts who will be like so insecure, like, but you have to have this conversation. Like let's say, for example, you go out with your friends for weekend and then you come home late, if they'll be okay with that. Also you should ask about your room, where your room is going to be. Okay. Where your room is going to be, like you don't expect to like find your room next to their rooms. Like the room is like you have to like use the main entrance on, like just have your own privacy, like a private place where it's easy for you to access even when you come back home late. Okay, are we together on that point? Also, you should like ask if they'll be providing you with data. Like let's say, for example, like here, okay, in the house there's always Wi-Fi and they'll always connect you with that. But let's say, for example, outside, when you're going outside, like on your weekdays, and like let's say, for example, when you're going to school, it's very difficult for you to go out without data. Like how you're going to like locate where you're going. I'ma use your Google Map. I'ma like you. Like when you're using the means of transport here, like let's say, for example, bus or train or metro, you have to use your phone to like check like where you're going. Like you have to ask those questions. Okay. And also like traveling expenses, are they going to be paying for for your traveling expenses, like ask them. There are those families who will pay for you, and there are those hosts who will not pay you. It's not a must they pay for you, but it's always good to ask these questions. Ask those general questions. That way, like you'll show them that you know what you're doing and what you want. If you don't, share it out or ask, they'll not understand unless you ask. For the host families, during an interview, they'll always ask you everything that they want to know about you, anything. But if you yourself, you're not able to, speak out yourself, they'll not be able to understand what you want, okay? And I think that's it for today. I don't want to do like all of them, then this video is gonna be boring, and we don't want it. We just want to do like short videos that will like it will not be boring for you, like when you're watching it and like taking some notes down and trying to like get what I'm saying, okay? So up until that point, I'll just leave it at this point, and the next video I'll be doing like the questions like you're expecting to be asked during an interview, like when you go to the embassy, questions asked in the embassy, at the embassy, right? Yeah, like during like what do you call it, visa appointment, when you're going for a visa appointment, like those questions that you expect to get, okay? And I think up until that point, if you have any question, please kindly consider asking your question down there in the comment section. And please guys, we are doing this to educate each other, and we are not giving up. Please, no giving up. Sit down, draft yourself a good profile, create a nice profile, like adjust your profile, upload nice photos. Guys, if it means kudanganya kwa hiyo profile ndio upate host, do that. Hakuna mtu mwenye anatengenezanga profile unaandika kila kitu, right? But just make sure what you've written iko hapa. Like at a time ya interview, they'll always ask you kulingana na chenye umeandika kwa profile, okay? So anyway, I'm just wishing you all the best, all the best, guys. I know like maybe this opportunity it's not for everyone, but it's always good to give it a try. And if it works for me, it can work for you. If it worked for someone else, it can work for you. Just trust in God and trust the process. Ukikuyu yezi fanya mtu a prosper. Like Kikuyu cannot let you prosper. Peace. Anyway guys, nedemwendete na mugena muthenya mwega kanike oria gurethi. I don't know when we will be uploading this video, but I'm doing this during the dates around 1 p.m. okay? So I love you guys, I love you all.